Do I think Sarah Palin is qualified to be president? Yes. And let me tell you something. If Barack Obama is qualified to be president, Sarah Palin is more than qualified. She's actually held an executive position. She governed a state. She was mayor of a city. To the best of my knowledge, Barack Obama was never the CEO, the manager, the president, the governor, the mayor of anything, not even a small business. Now, we can argue that he has great academic credentials. If it was academic credentials that we selected as the criteria for the presidency, we'd go to Harvard and pick out some esteemed and very wonderful tenured scholar. But we look for people who not only have the best interests of Americans, but who have good judgment. And ultimately, you don't just hire somebody as president because of their knowledge, but for their wisdom. And I've not seen a lot in Barack Obama's management style so far.
Why would Governor Barbour not say she was qualified? Does it, let me put it this way, does it evidence to you friction between her rogue status, self-proclaimed and factual, and the Republican Party institutionally?
You know, every time I answer any question about Sarah Palin, I have people who say that I'm critical of Sarah Palin. So I want to be very careful tonight. Say, I'm glad she's on the stage. I think to have more conservative voices is great. There's some things that, you know, I said when she resigned the governorship, I didn't understand that. But then that got me in a whole bevy of trouble. My point tonight is that I'm glad that she's out there. I'm glad that people are believing that she is connecting with them on a personal level. She is a charismatic person. Nobody can take that from her. And she's brought a level of energy to the Republican Party. I stated that in a book I did last year called Do the Right Thing that's just been re-released. And I made it very clear that my position on Sarah Palin is that without her, the Republican Party wouldn't have had any chance whatsoever in last year's elections. It was tough enough as it was. We ended up not winning anyway. But you know, I don't know that she's, you know, the whole package of the Republican Party, but she's an important voice in it. Okay, she definitely knows how to get ratings and sell books. That is for sure. Morgan, I know nothing about your politics. No doubt about it. Yeah, Morgan, I know nothing about your politics, but what do you think about Sarah Palin?
Well, I'm a moderate Democrat, so I love seeing Sarah Palin out there. She obviously connects to a certain segment of the population, but I don't think she has the qualities to be president, and I think she's already made her choice, given the book and the tour and everything that she's doing. What do you mean by that? The book is not a policy. The book is not a policy book. The book does not put forth statements of policy. It seems to be much more of a memoir and much more of a connecting with people book, as opposed to a person who wants to run for president. So, as a Democrat, I enjoy seeing her out there. She certainly attracts a lot of attention. She obviously enjoys herself and enjoys being out there and connecting with people. On the other hand, I don't see a future president there.
Congresswoman, you have, I have seen polls in the last couple of days that show Sarah Palin's approval rating approaching that. She's going up, Barack Obama's coming down, and it looks like they're both somewhere in the mid to high 40s now. That's pretty startling considering how unpopular she was immediately following last November's election.
Well, I think the whole point is that last November's election decided what the American people thought about whether Barack Obama or Sarah Palin and John McCain were qualified to lead this country. And that choice was made, and the voters chose Barack Obama overwhelmingly.
Do you think they would today?
That question's sort of been settled.
Do you think they would today?
Hands down, they would today. I mean, if you look at the polls that are out about Sarah Palin in the last few days, I'm not sure about her popularity, but overwhelmingly, all of those polls show that the vast majority of the American people, when asked, think she is nowhere near qualified to be president of the United States. So, I mean, I think this whole Sarah Palin phenomenon is really more of a curiosity. Kind of like when people are looking at a train wreck and they really just don't know what to make of it.
Whoa, Sarah Palin, a train wreck. I don't know if that's going to go over very well. But I think she's out there. She's huge. I think she's a thorn in the side of both parties in a way. And it will be interesting to see what choices she makes as this book continues to sell and she continues to promote it across the country. But